Welcome to Impact Wrestling, the first show of 2023. It gets interesting. Get ready. Was this a good show? Yeah, generally it was. It was a good show. Could have been improved? Yes, could have been improved. There's still a lot of questions. I want to make this clear. I know everyone's going to say, oh, you're actually saying something good about Impact when you say it's crap. I tell you what's in front of you. You guys can either believe me or not when you watch it yourself. If you don't watch it and see what I'm talking about. You'll make your own damn mind up. It doesn't matter about me or anybody else. You're the ones who watch it. You're the ones who make your damn mind up from another point of view. But I'll say this. Was the mic work good? Yes. The audio was fine. Admittedly, when you look at the fans in Fort Lauderdale, they weren't extremely loud. There wasn't a lot of them there. Yes, they panned a lot of the fans, but let's be honest, that venue was small. So even though it's a couple of hundred people easily in there, more than a few hundred, they didn't really sound that great because Impact never really makes audio paramount to them. The mic worked for the people in the ring, fine. That's what I'm talking about. But the can pops, when you hear that same... They're still piping in can pops. I'm sorry, they are. You can hear the same woman screaming in the background. That is can pops. There's no way the same woman's voice is every single time there, unless it's someone from the back of Impact that's screaming into a damn mic or near a mic, so it feels important. But that's what you get when it comes to Impact. They're still giving us can pops. The stage looked fine. The lighting looked fine. The camera work was a bit interesting. They're doing more overhead shots on that rail cam, which I'm fine with. In fact, I actually like it a little bit more than how they're doing the side cam. Well, the cameraman on the side, I kind of wish they would do a little bit more above. They give us a more better perspective. Forward cam, it's all right, but then they zoom in like this still. Side cams with the men. They're also doing this or doing this. The overhead cam is one of the best you could have. So I will say camera was okay. Not great, but easily passable. Now, what did we get in this show? We got a lot of content. So if I missed something, I apologize ahead of time because I am a nut. Marsha Slamovich versus Taylor Wilde, the new and improved Taylor Wilde, who looks more like a vixen than anything else. There's going to be a fatal four-way. I believe it's going to be either next week or at Hard to Kill. So this was a little prelude before that. So what did we get? We got Deonna Purrazzo at commentary. You can hear Matthew is all happy. He's with his buddy, and she's holding on to his hand and saying, "How you been? I missed you so much." You know they're talking in the back all the time, if they're real friends. But it did help the dynamic of the match. But here's the thing. I got to say this right now. You already know who won. Taylor won. But this is not the most important thing. We're still talking about the Fatal 4-Way. That is the number one contendership for whoever wins at Hard to Kill. That is going to be either Mickie or a Jordynne Grace. That's what this is coming down to. But I had this feeling. If you wanted to make Marsha win, this is where it comes down to. I believed one or two things. If Marsha didn't win this match, she would not generally win the Fatal 4-Way. Now, I'm not saying it still can't happen. It could. But in general, how they've been booking a lot of people, particularly Marsha, if she doesn't have a signature win or something dramatic, she's not winning. So when Taylor won, and I'm going like, okay, what do we got here? Because she got mad at Deonna Purrazzo because she spit at her. She doesn't like her. She attacked a security guard. She also attacked the ring announcer. And I believe she almost attacked the ref as well. She was not happy. She scared 3 refs. One of them was a woman. And one guy who was with the woman pulling her back in front of him. That didn't look good. But this is what it's coming down to, guys. What I've been saying for months upon months upon months when it comes to Marsha. She's only being used for high-profile stuff. Nothing substantial, meaning anything. Now, I'm sure people will say, well, that's a good thing. High profile stuff. No, because she doesn't win. This is what it comes down to. If Marcia wins the Fatal 4-Way, which she should win it. It should not be Deanna Purrazzo. It should not be Taylor Wilde. It's got to be her. I don't remember who the last person is. It's somebody else, but I can't remember. When it comes down to it, she must win to make her important enough to actually go after either Jordynne Grace again, because it would be the third time, or is it the fourth? I think it's the third, for her to go up against Jordynne Grace, or to be the first contender for the title when Mickie James win it. If she doesn't win, she's not going anywhere. I'm telling you right now, would they do something later down the line with her? Yes, of course they would. After Mickie's gone through the more important people, then maybe they'll do something with Marcia, make her look substantial, and then they'll let her job her ass out. Now, that's if she doesn't win the Fatal 4-Way. She should win it, and it should be leading her to the first Impact Plus show of the year. That's the way it should be. If they don't do it that way, then Marcia was nothing but a big-ass joke, like I've been saying. Not because I hate Marcia Slamovich. I've told you I don't. Her match against Taylor Wilde was a good match. She's only done such incredibly short matches, it was impossible to tell if she was good or not. But the point is, whether I like Marcia or not, I have to go by face value, not her indie work. And if anybody who's seen her in the indie saying, dude, you don't understand what Marcia is, look at her indie work, I won't. Because it's not about her indie work. This is about what Impact has booked her as. Even if she's the top 1% best indie female wrestler, means absolutely bullshit until you get into an Impact ring or an AEW ring or a WWE ring. Then people see you for something that you're going to be or not. Her indie work means nothing, counting on when the promotion books her. And if she does not win the Fatal 4-Way, she really is nothing. She was just a flash, which is sad because they could have done something more substantial with her. Yes, they had to change her music because of the Ukraine war. It does not mean they couldn't have done something more substantial. And they did nothing. Zip this. They did nothing with her until near the end of the year. And even then, it didn't feel like it was going to progress her. I'm just saying. Next, we got Black Taurus versus Anthony Green. He is debuting. Now, supposedly, Tom met him, knew him, and Matthew knew him. They both knew him. So it's quite interesting to see about this situation. Is he a good wrestler? He seems okay, but for me personally, I would need to know more about him to see if his character goes along with how his ring work is. Because he's more theatrical in his ring work, flashy in his ring work, than he is actually ground and pound or more technical or even high flying for that matter. Black Taurus is Black Taurus. And seeing that Crazy Steve is still not only his partner as a tag team specialist, but also his manager, which he hypes him up so well. I can understand why they do the Impact Provincial Wrestling Federation, him as an announcer. I like the way they do it. I understand the reason they do it, because he has that flair. Of course, Black Taurus is going to win. I didn't expect this guy to do anything, particularly that he still has a match with Trey Miguel. And what happens after, and it was a really, I don't know if he actually hurt the guy, because I think I got the shot, it's in my face. When you see it, that pile driver, or nearly semi-pile driver, his neck was like, and it didn't look good. Trapped between his head and the ring like this, just like this. It don't look like he got away with just maybe slightly banging his head. He had to hit he had to hit the wood. He had to hit the wood of the mat. I'm sorry, he had to. But Trey Miguel tags him. Good to see they're still going with Trey with this new attitude of his, which I like. I have no problem with it. The question's going to be, will it mean something later? I don't know. But it's just me. Now, Jonathan Gresham versus what is this guy? What's this guy's name? I don't remember his name. First name, it was Anthony. Now, Did Jonathan destroy this guy? Yes, he was having so much fun in the ring. And now he's gone. Zip! He took all his hair off. He's bald now. He's got no more hair. Probably because he's lost some hair. That's happened to a lot of guys, particularly with all the stress of the pandemic. I ain't any different. I still got hair on this little head of mine, but it's thinned out a lot because of stress. That's a whole can of worms I'm not getting into. But did I like the match? The crowd loved. Look, I'm going to say this now. If there was no Bully Ray, none, zero, no Bully Ray, and if you're going to put a Josh Alexander versus a Jonathan Gresham, who do you think is better? It's Jonathan. He's got more charisma. His ring work is superb. Working in ROH, he has that style of pure champion where it's always about the wrestling and being very methodical about it. Now, nothing against Josh Alexander. He's also a technical wrestler, but he's a more brutish technical wrestler. I see it, and I know it. Now, is Josh more charismatic than Jonathan? No. Is he a better talker than Jonathan? No. You can hear Jonathan's a better talker, and he has a little more charisma. But it doesn't take anything away from Josh, and I'm not. But who would I rather see as champion right now? Jonathan Gresham. I truly believe that Jonathan Gresham should be the next champion if there was no Bully Ray, because they got to have Bully Ray. He's what they need right now. Now, we'll be getting to the end in a few minutes. Let's get to this. It was a good match, and he basically pinned him. He whooped his ass, and I liked it. I enjoyed the attitude of Jonathan Gresham. Now, let's move on to, let's see, I did match 1, 2, 3. Let's go to match 4. Let me give it to you like this. Seeing that having this match is not something I wanted. Look, they always do this, either WWE or Impact Wrestling. That's something they really need to go away from. Before there's a major match, you always have something going on when it comes to tag teams. You always have one of the tag teams facing the other tag team in singles competition, which I find to be so overplayed. Yes, Chris Sabin going up against Matt Cardona, you didn't see it before. At least not in Impact Wrestling. Now, I did like how Tom and Matthew made it very clear. You got an Impact or TNA champion going up against a NWA champion. I actually appreciated hearing that. Hearing they both are champions of their respective promotions at the time. And John, when it came to Matt, I shouldn't go that far into NWA because I've still not had a chance to see it. That's why I'm botching. Every time when I'm trying to sit down to do it, I got something else to do. Or I got something on my mind. So I keep forgetting, or I just can't bring myself to do it. And it's angering me. So I'm actually considering changing how the format of this show is going to be. Because I'm thinking something has to be eliminated. Something. Because every time when I want to watch it, I can't. So maybe one of these shows may go away. Either NXT or, not Impact, but NXT. I don't know if I'm going to take out NXT. I'm not sure yet. Or maybe on a Friday, I can do it on a Friday, even though the show came out on Tuesday. Maybe I can forget about doing a SmackDown or maybe a Rampage. Something needs to be eliminated because I feel like I just don't have the time. So I'm considering it. Doesn't mean I'm going to do it, but I'm considering. But do I want to see this match? No, because I've seen this type of style all the time. Not that their work was bad. It was due to the fact that I just don't want to see the two members of each of the two members of the. You see, I'm botching because I hate it. Matt and Chris didn't need to do it. Yes, Chris Sabin won, but why do you always keep doing that? Couldn't you done something different? I'm just saying, I'm moving on. That was a ramble. Let's move on. Now, let's get to what happened with some of the vid packs. They were very interesting. The first one, I have to do it. I know I mentioned it before when it happened on NXT. It was about Don West. Don West has passed away, as you know. It happened last week, I believe. No, was it last week or Christmas, I believe? He passed away, unfortunately. They did do a nice vid pack for him where everyone talked to knew him. from Impact Wrestling. And like I said, they also mentioned, no, it wasn't Tuesday, NXT. It was SmackDown, and with Michael Cole who said it. And I don't know if Paul had told Michael Cole to do it or Michael Cole did it himself. I respect that. Either one of them doing it, I don't care. It's respectful that even though he was only exclusive to one promotion, he was that well known and loved by most of the roster they got right now that he had to say something. So I respect that. Here, they did a more tribute to him. They did a more better vid pack. Now, I kind of think, would it have been better if they'd done the vid pack in the beginning of the show? I think they should have. Doesn't take anything away what happened with Marsha and Taylor Wilde, and their match was not bad. Like I said, this was not about the match. It was about how I'm trying not to cut hairs here because Marsha's not being treated right booking-wise. Does not mean I think she's bad in the ring, or Taylor for that matter. But I would have rather had them out and done the Don West tribute in the very beginning of the show. I think it would have been more important for that because in the beginning of the year to recognize something important to them. That's just me. Doesn't mean it had to happen. I'm just thinking it. Next, we got Sami Callihan and the design. Each one of them having their own video done. Sami making it very clear, I am important. I gave you a chance to let me join the design and you beat me down. Now the question's going to be, do you need the design or the design need me? Pretty much he's making it clear. I'm giving you a chance. I'm the one who defeated the one that weekend that you splatted, and that's Tadina. I weakened him enough for you to kill him. So, don't you think me offering you this opportunity, wouldn't it be good? You're getting a chance for me to join you. Not for me to join you. I'm not begging you. I'm giving you the opportunity. Now, when it came to Dina made it very, very clear that to join the design, you have to be your most pure self. And you're not your most pure self. You got to be stripped of everything that makes you what you are. Your gimmick, in other words, your personality, and who you are. So, either next week or at Hard to Kill, I think it's next week, we will be in the middle of the ring. We will wait for you. If you try to trick us, we're going to destroy you. There will be no doubts about it. But if you're not being tricky, we'll help you begin your travels down the road of the design by cutting your hair off and making you bald. And that is something interesting. Now, let's make it very clear. Is Sami Callihan getting bald? Yes, he's lost a good amount of hair here. He's balding here. A lot of us are. He's like in his 30s. I'm 51, nearing 52 because this is the second year. This is my 52nd year life. So I'm partially going bald, or mostly going bald, from stress mainly. But now a lot of guys, they'd rather just go, and maybe he's doing this because he's tired of having hair. Or this could be an angle that he's not going to lose his hair, but due to the fact that Diener has taken all his hair off, and Angels took his hair off, and Khan has not, they want to try and get him to understand each step in becoming a design. Lose your identity. Lose your damn hair. Lose your gimmick. Lose everything to become what we are. It's going to be interesting if he actually is going to go through with it or not. Now, if he does go through with it, I think it's mainly due to the fact he's going bald and he's getting annoyed with the hair. Maybe that might be it. I'm just saying. Now, what did we actually get with Tasha Steelz, with Evans, with a Gazelle Shaw walking down? I think I got a shot with Vidal, her handler, both of them trying to look sexy, a man sexy and a woman sexy. That's what they were trying to present. But I think the reason I'm botching here is because it's become exclusive for slow-mo for her. And does it look good? Yes, she looks desirable. A lot of guys or girls, no matter what she used to be, will look at that and say, that's not a half piece of ass. That's how some people would say, particularly when it's done slow-mo. This is how a lot of women get over in movies or in wrestling. Give them slow-mo, let them wear something short and cut, and they look hot enough that'll make a man just go grabby, and do something dirty. Or woman, for that matter. I know more than a few women that will do more grabby and do more dirty stuff than most men. Trust me, they will do it. But she's asking for a new partner again. And pretty much Tasha said, why? Why would I even bother with you? Every partner you try to go with, you lose. Well, she says, well, does because it's not the right person. But maybe it's good with you. You two ain't working together. And it's Tasha who's not into it, but Savannah is. So are they actually? And this is making me wonder because, as I said before, I've seen Savannah Evans since she's been in Impact. For a while, she has not been good in the ring. They barely let her talk. But recently, her style has improved a bit. I'm not saying she's like up to here. She's gone from here to here. A little bit of this. She's not like here. She's like a little bit of here. Or just maybe a little bit. Just a little. And now they're letting her talk. Well, at least I think. So it's a possibility because now they decided, Tasha has been doing well. And maybe Tasha has been really pushing for Savannah Evans to get a little better of a role. Because just being muscle is not enough. Tasha may say, let my girl have something. Give her a little bit of something. Let her talk a little bit. She'll improve herself in the ring. She'll mean something. And maybe that's what happened here. That's the reason why she spoke. That's the reason why something is going on. Because as you can see, Tasha Steelz is not the major focus all the time. It's also Savannah. So maybe Savannah Evans is finally getting something. I'm not saying it's going to be good or not, but it looks like there is something. I'm moving on. Let's see here. I was about to make this the title. The Dancing Moose. Oh. Let me give it to you like this. Was the Moose segment poignant? It was done the way it was. And then people go, what? What? Doing the what thing. But he made it very clear. When it comes to Hard to Kill, he's taking the Digital Media Championship. What did I say? What did I say? What did I tell you? If anybody thought, oh, Moose would never go to such a low tier title. What did I say? What the fuck did I say? And no, I'm not getting sponsors. I'm not getting advertisements. I got nothing, so I get no money. A lot of people are really, they're getting upset because of advertisement. They're getting nothing. If you saw my video talking about it, I'm getting no money because I'm cursing. But was this segment after that when he called out Joe Hendry? I'm still looking just to make sure he doesn't come to my body. But was it poignant? Let me give it to you like this. Has that type of thing been done before? Yes. Has people been using some part of somebody's character to make a video montage to make them funny? Yes. But was this damn funny? Yes. I think I got one shot of him. Over the years, Moose has acted really silly before he went and did the serious stuff. When he was working with the Rascals, you guys remember the Rascals, right? You remember who was in the Rascals? You know who I'm talking about. All three of them. But the point is, they use old stock footage of Moose dancing. Making it very easy that and joking around. Make it very easy that Joe Hendry is saying, Moose, you have a problem. What you have a problem with is that you need to show the inner Moose. And I made a song and a new intro for you. And then you do a little bit of Joe Hendry and a little bit of the Joe Hendry without his original singing in it, switched over for something from Moose. Everyone was singing along to it, even though there was not that much sound. And understand, Fort Lauderdale, it ain't loud there. I'm sorry. If anybody says, dude, it was loud as hell in that place, they show it on Twitter. It means nothing to people at home. As I said before, perception is reality. I keep telling people that, and not everyone understands that people in the arena get all the fun they want. They hear all the stuff there that we can't hear. They get to see the full scope of the matches. But if we can't see it at home properly, or if we can't hear it at home properly, we don't get the immersion. So even though it wasn't very loud, the fans, you could tell they were enjoying that segment of seeing the dancing moose. And he made it very clear. I'm convinced. I believe that when we go to Hard to Kill, I'm going to whoop your ass and stick my 13 boots so deep into it, you will be seeing my tongue in your tongue. And that's the tongue of his boot in the tongue of his own tongue, because he'll stick it so far up, it's just going to be hanging out there. Get my boy. I'm hoping that's funny, because it is. I don't believe I just said that. I take that back. I don't know why I just said that. Am I still sleep deprived? Because I was sleep deprived a couple of days ago. I'm wondering if I am. But still, this is what we got. Finally, the last thing we're talking about, the final part of the show, Scott with Moose. What? Now about to say Moose. The Moose segment made my ass laugh, but the Scott and Bully segment made me go, there's your champ. There's your champ. Was it long-winded? I'm going to make this clear. The conversation between Scott and Bully was long-winded. And you can see Scott is not that great when it comes to long-winded promos. He's just not that good. Bully Ray knows how to make it work. Once Scott gets talked over, that's when his entire promo begins to break down. It's just how he is. For what I understand, he's never been a great talker, but it doesn't mean he's 100% bad. But once the other guy is beginning to talk over him, it begins to fall apart a bit. But what it's meant to be. Bully said he wants a Josh out here. He's scared. I don't think I got a shot of it. If I do, I'll put it in my face. But you could see Tom going like this. I don't know if I got a shot of it. If I do, it's already up there. And then he's in the ring with Scott. And what it boils down to is that Scott made it very clear. No matter if Josh wins or not, he's always going to have people that believe in him, always going to have people that care about him, and always going to have people that respect him. But it kind of feels like what happened with Bully Ray like last year, kind of. But kind of a take on it. Because it wasn't exactly this type of stuff that was talked last year with Moose. But it kind of feels the same way. That with Bully Ray, when it's all over, whether you win or not, you're going to go to your hotel room for the millionth time, and you're going to slam, that door is going to slam behind you, and you'll be nothing but a lonely, bitter old man that got nothing. And Bully Ray says, no, I don't need nobody. I used you. I knew you were going to come and let me have whatever I want. I used you to get what I want, and I will become a 3-time champ. And once it broke down, and Bully's saying, you want to punch me, Scott? You want to punch me? You want to punch me, Scott? You want to punch me? Come on. And Scott said, I taught those people back there I left 12 years ago, 5 years ago. I was given a second chance to make things right. And with that roster back there, I taught them the right way. But then he says, teaching them the right way doesn't mean I got to be taught act the right way. And he punches Bully. And once you see the henchman of Bully Ray, pretty much he gets his ass whooped. Done. And goes for a table. What was the guy's name? Skylar and Hunch. Yep, I'm trying to remember them. I don't see them often, so I don't remember them often. But once he was put through the table, I knew, there's your champ. He's the champ. That's the way it looks. Look, does it mean that he's going to win the title? I don't know. I'm going to tell you right now. I don't know. But he feels legitimate, like Jonathan does. Jonathan Gresham feels legitimate, and so does Bully Ray. As it stands, this was a good show. I liked it. Did it need work? Yes. But at least it's a little better than it normally is. Now, can they keep going for the rest of the year? I don't know. But I hope you enjoyed this review. Peace.